Today is Friday, Parashat Behaalotecha. At the end of the Parashah of this week, there is an episode that teaches us the severity of Lashon Hara and teaches us the importance of every act of kindness. Miriam speaks in private to Aharon, not in public. And she speaks to Aharon out of love for Moshe Rabbeinu, and she speaks about the fact that Moshe separated somewhat from his wife. He doesn't have with her marital relations in terms of being pure, ritually pure, to be able to be available to Hashem, communicating with Him at unexpected times. And Miriam says to Aaron that Miriam and Aaron are also prophets. They also hear communication from Hashem, and they did not separate from their spouse. Why would Moshe do that? And it's unfair to Moshe's wife, to Tzipporah. What seemed to make sense to Miriam and Aaron is a type of Lashon Hara, because after all, it speaks negatively about Moshe Rabbeinu. Now, Moshe was the most humble of all people on the face of the earth. He's not the one to respond or take a stand against what they're saying. Hashem intervenes on his behalf and explains to Miriam and Aaron that Moshe as a prophet is not like the rest of the prophets. And that's why Moshe took the approach that he took. But right afterwards, Miriam is covered with leprosy, tzaraat, as a punishment for having spoken Lashon Hara. Even though it was with a good intention, it was for a positive result, and it was out of sense of love even for her brother and her sister-in-law, and it was not done in public. Still, she was punished with tzaraat to teach us the great severity of Lashon Hara, of evil speech, of slanderous speech, of speaking negatively about someone, even if that statement that is made is true, but still, it's still considered to be Lashon Hara. Then Moshe Rabbeinu prays for Miriam, and she's healed right away, but they still have to wait 7 days for her to be taken out of that status of having Hatzaraat, and before they can travel. And Rashi teaches us. Rashi says, Ve'am lo nasa. The people did not travel. They waited for 7 days. Ze hakavod chalak la makom. This is an honor that was given to her by Hashem. Bishvil sha'a achat shenit'akva leMoshe kshehu shlach lai, or because of 1 hour, 1 moment that she delayed from leaving. When he was put as a baby, 3 months old, he was put in the Nile. Miriam stood there by the side of the river. Shene'emar, like the pasuk says, "Vatetatzav achoto merachok edam hayaselo," that his sister stood afar, waiting to see what's going to happen to him. She waited for Moshe Rabbeinu, even if though it was a few moments. She was paid back in kind, where the whole nation waited for her for 7 days. And this also teaches us a very important principle. Every act of kindness that is done is never goes to waste. It is always remembered, and in due time, that act of kindness that a person did, even though how small it may seem to be, could be paid in great way back in kind, time and time later, years and years later. In this case, it was decades and decades later, but she was rewarded for that act of kindness of waiting to see what would happen to Moshe when he was a baby in the Nile. And these are just 2 of the lessons that I learned for the Parashah of this week. To be very careful with Lashon Hara, the severity of that, and that every act of kindness never goes to waste. And Hashem remembers, just like He remembered here for Miriam. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen, and Shabbat Shalom.